Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Monday, August 16th, 2021. We are in the first day of a new trading week, and we are in the final hour of the current trading day. I mention this each day, but my favorite times to make my buying and selling decisions are at the end of the day, in the last hour, in particular in the last few minutes right before the market closes. I consider those prices to be the most valid prices to make your buying and selling decisions from. And the reason I say that, during the day you have the algorithms and the day traders. They are the ones in control of the market during the day. At the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in. They're dealing with the most money, very smart people, best information, best technology, and I consider the price that they I consider the prices at the end of the day in which they take away from the day traders and the algorithms and move it to what they think is the most valid price of the day. That for me is the best price to make my buying and selling decisions from. So thank you all for coming today. I hope you had a nice weekend. I appreciate you spending your time here. I hope your trading day is going well. And I'm just always grateful that we have such a great group here. So thanks again for coming. Currently, wow, what a day. It's been pretty crazy. The Dow Jones is now up after being down a lot. I can't remember exactly, 200 and something points. Now it's up 30 points, up 0.09%. The NASDAQ is down, however, down 55 points, down 55 points, down 0.37%, and the S&P is slightly up 1.95, up 0.04%. All right, so here's the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back. We're going to take a look at my current positions. We're going to talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I'm going to manage them going forward. I did have one day trade today on Apple that I will share with you. After that, we're going to go over to the board. We're going to take a look at my students' positions. I do see some green over there, which is good. So we'll go through each position. We'll see why they were entered, how they're doing. That'll be fun. After that, going to switch gears, talk a little bit about trader psychology. Always my favorite time of the podcast, because trader psychology is the most important skill you will ever learn in trading. And so I like to spend a few minutes there. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal's scanner. I have 3 requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. First, I need to have a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Secondly, I need to have a good risk to reward ratio, at least 2 to 1, based upon strong support below me and strong and likely resistance above me. And then lastly, I need to have a complete trading plan for each trade that I have, regardless of what the approach is. And for me, that includes adjusting your position size based upon the current volatility of the market, knowing what your maximum allowed loss is, knowing what your end of day stop is, knowing what your emergency stop is, knowing where your overhead intraday profit targets are, and where overhead significant resistance is as well. And then, of course, making sure you have a good trailing stop methodology in place so that if you do have a profitable trade, you don't give it all back. All right, and so if I do have some candidates, I will go through each candidate on multiple time frames, look at the risk to reward ratio. If something looks good to me at the end of the day, I will go ahead and purchase it right before the market closes. After the market closes, if anyone has any questions for me, please let me know. If you have any if you need any clarification on anything, please let me know. And if you have any stock symbols that you would like me to look at, I'm happy to do that. Just go ahead, put them in the live stream, put an emoji by it so I know it's time sensitive, and I'll do my very, very best to get to that and comment on it before the close of the market. And then lastly, if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me today, if you could please wait until the close of the market. That way I'm done trading, I'm done teaching, and all the pressure's off, and we'll spend as much time as we need to get everything updated correctly. All right, so I have to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and while I do that, hang tight. I'll be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's see who's here today. Paxton is here. Good to see you, Packy. Kamal is here. Good to see you, Kamal. Always nice to have you. Always appreciate all your contributions to this channel with your scanner and your input. Appreciate that, bud. Anya T is here. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you, Anya. Hope you are well. Michael Martin is here. Hello, Michael. Hope you are doing well. Hope you're out there driving safe today. Johnson is here. Hi, Greg and all. Good to see you, Johnson. Hope you're doing well. Frank is here. Hello, Greg and group. Hello, Frank. Nice to have you as always. Thank you for all your contributions and your great poems. Ava is here. Happy Monday, everyone. Hi, Ava. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a good day. Tracy is here. Hi, all. Good to see you, Trace. Hope you're doing well. Miko is also here. Good afternoon, Greg and group. Nice to see you, Miko. Hope you're having a good day, sir. And Jonathan from Ireland is here. Evening, Greg and group. Nice to see you, Jonathan. Hope you're doing well. Hope the family is also doing well. Okay, so here we go. Amazon. Well, this has been a wild ride. Myself, Rich, Ava, Steve, Michael Martin did buy Amazon with this bounce at the 200-day moving average back on the 11th. Bought this at $32.94.87. My end of day stop was the 200-day moving average. This morning, it was way underneath the 200-day moving average. I thought for sure I would be getting out of Amazon, but look at this reversal. Right back over the negative third ATR channel, right back over the 200-day moving average. Market's not closed yet. Of course, if it closes under the 200, I will get out. If it closes above, I will stay in. It's a 33.14 RSI. It also went under 30 over 30 and under the 200 over the 200. I bought a half a position back here at 32.94.87. This is a better signal. Under 30, over 30, under the 200, over the 200. So very likely I will be adding another half position for a full position in Amazon at the end of the day. As a matter of fact, I probably should put that down here so I remember. Yes, 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 we know about that. Okay. But unbelievable recovery on Amazon. ATVI, Michael Martin, Ava, Gary, David, Dynamic Duo, and I did buy ATVI with a higher low V2 back on the 6th of August at 82.43. Moved up nicely. Of course, I take profits anytime it moves up. A certain amount. I take some chips off the table. On Friday, we rejected the 50 RSI and I came back down. And so I sold half, is down 4 cents today. My end of day stop is, my end of day stop on this trade is Friday's bar. We had a low of 83.45. If we close below that low, I will have 2 of the 3 signals that I need to get out of the trade. So as long as it stays above 83.45, I will stay in the trade with my half position. If it closes underneath, I will get out and lock in profits. SPY. All right. Well, not a good overnight SPY trade. I bought this Friday at 445.92, sold it this morning at 444.66. Then it went way down, and I thought I was smart for selling at the open. But look at this huge reversal. It's unbelievable. But the rules are buy at the open. Buy at the close, sell the next day at the open. And that's what I did. And so I lost 445.92 to 444.60. And of course, I will be buying this again today at the close. I did have one little trade on Apple today that I will share with you. I got it at a really good price. I didn't hold on long enough though. Was not expecting the never-ending rally. Here we went under 30, over 30. I didn't chase it here. I waited for it to come back to halfway. I bought it at 146.87. A couple bars later, I took some profits up at 147.52. Then on this bar, we made a new high, at least on my trade. I sold some at 147.34. Up here, I sold another amount at 147.53, and then we had a close below the previous day's low at 147.47. So I got in at 146.87, got out at 147.22, got out at 147.34, got out at 147.41, and got out at 147.53. And then Apple just proceeded to go much, much higher, but that's how it goes, right? That's how it goes. Now, I know we have, I believe, David in this trade, so I don't want to erase his. There we go. Yeah, great trade, David. All right. Kat is here. Nice to see you, Kat. Hope you are having a good day. Kat says, hello, everyone. Waterbender is here. Happy Monday, everyone. Good to see you, Waterbender. Hope you are doing well, my friend. David is here. Hi, Greg and Group. I was just talking about David's Apple trade here, which we're going to go over in a minute. Nice day today. Wow, big, huge day. Congrats, Dave, especially on a day like today when the NASDAQ is red as can be. All right, let's head over, take a look at this great trade from the Dynamic Duo and Ava. Bought this on Friday at 248.10. It's 254.46. It's up 2.53% on the day, and it looks like it's up 2.53% on the trade. So way to go, Dynamic Duo and Ava. AGQ. Steve and the Dynamic Duo did buy AGQ with an under 30, over 30. They bought it at 37.18. It's currently 37.79. It's up 1.42% on the day and 1.42% on the trade. FAS. All right. Who do we have in FAS? We have Frank. Frank bought FAS back here with the 520 crossover, trigger of a fractal, 109.05. This has moved up like a monster. Look at this, everybody. Down a little bit today, but Frank is up on this trade 12.1%. So very nice, Frank. McDonald's been a great trade for the Dynamic Duo. Return to value, sideways motion, V2 entry at 235.60. It's 240.64. It's up 0.76% just today. And the Dynamic Duo is up 2.1% on the trade. Very nice. Fiverr. Steve bought Fiverr with an under 30, over 30, bought at 178.51. It's currently 166.78. It is down 2.79% on the day, and it is also down on the trade. Caterpillar, Ava, great entry, rejection of the 200-day moving average, and a V1 at 205.30. It's currently 217.34. It is down 0.56% today, but this trade for Ava, up 5.57%. Way to go, Ava. AI, all right. Frank bought AI. Frank bought AI here at 49.25 on Friday. This one is down 4.56% today, so this one is down on the trade and also down on the day. UGL. Steve's had a great trade on UGL with an under 30, over 30. UGL is double leveraged gold. Bought it with the under 30, over 30 at 55.63. It's 57.96. It's up about 1% today. And this particular trade for Steve up 4.11%. Way to go, Steve. IWM. Steve did buy IWM along with Gary with the 1030 SMA crossover back here on the 12th. Bought it at 223.26. It's currently 219.65. It is down 0.64% on the day, and it is also down on the trade. Spotify. Michael Martin. Michael, sounds like you're there today. Not sure if you still have this. I have this at 226.35. It's 208.20, down 1.55%. But I imagine you're probably out of the trade. If you have time and it's safe in the truck there, to let me know when I'll get that updated. BYD, Steve Burns did buy BYD along with the Dynamic Duo with the 520 crossover at 59.07. It's currently 59.77. So it is up 70 cents on the trade, but it is down 36 cents on the day. LOVE, Ava, look at this. Ava, beautiful trade here at 56.90. 56.90. It's 64.25. It's up 1.24%. And on the trade, up 11.42. Way to go, Ava. And then lastly, we have pins. Dynamic Duo did buy pins with an intraday rejection of the 30 RSI at 56.90. It's currently 56.13. It is up on the day, but it is slightly down on the trade. All righty. Frank has a poem for us. Let us read the poem. Let me type that in over here. All right, here we go. Here's Frank's poem. When a trader feels they should have known better, write that down as if it were a letter. Then take that paper and place it in a shredder. Move on. Trading means learning with each new endeavor. Oh, how good is that? One more time. When a trader feels they should have known better, write that down as if it were a letter. Then take that paper and place it in a shredder. Move on. Trading means learning with each new endeavor. Thank you so much, Frank. That's a wonderful poem. All of your poems are wonderful. They seem to get better every single day. Yeah, let's give Frank a hand. That is a great poem. Paxton says, thanks, Frank. Shooters shoot with no conscience. Nigma is here. Nice to see you. And Nigma says, nice one, Frank. And I 100% agree with that. Okie dokie. So, well, we're moving here pretty quick. Let's take a look over at Amazon. Amazon looks like it will be, well, at least right now, I guess I shouldn't say, but this is a huge washout. Under 30, over 30, back over the 200-day moving average. Looks like I'll be able to keep my Amazon, if it were to close here, right back to about my break-even point. But this morning, it was down 70 points or something, like some incredible amount. But what a huge reversal. Now we're at 32.9170, only down 0.05%. So as long as it stays over 200-day moving average, I am staying in. Again, ATVI up on the day now. My end of day stop on this is a close below Friday's low. If it closes below, I will exit the trade completely and lock in profits. If it holds above, I will keep it. All right, S&P 500, of course, buying that at the close today and selling it first thing tomorrow morning. Look at the VIX, everybody. I mean, the VIX was up massive. Now it's only up 0.69%. So big reversal bar. Looks like it's losing the 5 EMA. It's an incredible day. It really is. Steve Burns is here. Hey, Steve. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. I appreciate it. I know everyone else does. Hope you, Holly, and the dogs are all doing well. And congratulations on your silver and gold trades. Frank says, thank you, Greg, Paxton, Nigma, and Water Bender. Steve Burns says, big bounce in stocks after the plunge today. 100%. Jonathan wants to look at McDonald's. 520 crossover. Moving average 200 plus V1-ish. Well, we're looking at the right stock. I don't see a V1. There is a 520 crossover. I'm not sure if this back tests well. Let me take a look and see. So I don't see the 200-day moving average. Our charts may be a little bit different. I'm running the back test. Okay, so here's the back test, everybody, on McDonald's. This is from etfreplay.com. I'm using this by permission. You can see I can use the 520 EMA trade on the day of cross, run the back test, and yes, it does back test positively, barely, 74.3%. Drawdown on the 520 crossover is less than buy and hold for sure, but not that much less. You know, would I buy it here to 57.26? You know, I guess if I felt confident in the 520 crossover. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly is right up against the 1 ATR channel on that big bar. So who knows? But I know the dynamic duo is doing well with this trade, and I'm glad for that. Waterbender says, hey, Steve, reading your technical analysis book now. So smooth to read. Very nice. Tracy says, Steve, does CCRM backtest well on the 520 crossover? I don't know. I'll try to do it over here and see. CCRM. Nope, not available on my end, as you can see. Frank says, fun fact. Move over Bitcoin. Salt was used as currency in ancient Rome. The word salary comes from the Latin sal or salt. Well, how about that? Now I've learned something new today. That's fantastic. Amazon green on the day. Wow. Wow. Who would have ever imagined that? Unbelievable. After being down like that. I mean, what a reversal bar. That's unbelievable. I'm glad because I have Amazon. All right. So listen, before we start looking at end of day trades, you know, I have my favorite channels on Facebook and Twitter that post good trading words of wisdom, sayings about trader psychology, just good things for us to learn, internalize. And this is from Trading Composure, at Trading Composure over on Twitter. Love this channel. He really gets into the nuances of trader psychology, posts about it all the time. And you're doing yourself a disfavor if you do not subscribe to his channel and read and internalize everything that he writes. A trading plan with explicit and unnegotiable rules will help remove a lot of the guessing, doubts, confusions, and emotions. You know, I teach a lot of different students, and these 4 words here come up over and over. They feel like they're guessing, they have doubts, they're confused, their emotions are all elevated, and I get it, right? I get it. If you don't have rules, trading is going to be difficult, and you are going to have those emotions. But if you have a trading plan that tells you exactly what to do, and those rules are unnegotiable, then that will remove a lot of the guessing, doubts, confusions, and emotions. So the takeaway here, everyone, is that you really need to have some rules. You need to have a trading plan. You need to have if-then statements. If this happens, then I'm going to do that. If that happens, then I'm going to do this. Right? All we have control over when we get into a trade are how many shares we're going to buy, and at what price. You need to, in my opinion, adjust for the volatility, so you're buying the correct amount of shares based upon the volatility. After that, being selective and patient with your entries. After that, the market's going to do what it's going to do. So you have to have rules in place regardless of what it does. Dr. Alexander Elder always told me, you know, that if you don't have rules, you're just dead in the market, right? Because you don't know what the market's going to do. But if you don't know what you're going to do, you are in bad shape. So, you know, if you're just starting out and, you know, you don't have a trading plan with explicit and unnegotiable rules, you've got to get one. And, you know, if I can be of help, you know, type here in the live stream. I'll do what I can do. But you need to have a real trading plan with rules that you don't break, and it really will remove a lot of the guessing, doubts, confusions, and emotions. So again, follow Trading Composure at Trading Composure over on Twitter. Great channel, and I would suggest reading everything that he writes every day or post every day. So thanks, Trading Composure. Steve says, nice factoid, Frank. Frank says, thanks, Steve. I hope it's worth its salt. Steve says, yes, SSRM does backtest well with a 520 crossover over a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio with a 30% win rate. It almost beats buy and hold with much less drawdown. So let's look at SSRM. There's the 520 crossover. SSR mining. So the metals have been strong, and so therefore the mining stock's probably going to be strong. Steve says Trading Composure also has some excellent trading books. His author name is Jan Bayagi. Oh, interesting. That's good to know. I did not really know his actual name. So Trading Composure also has some excellent trading books. His author's name is Jan YVAN Bayagi, Byeagee. Ah, good to know. Good to know. I've been following him for years. I had no idea what his actual name was. Oh, forgot to mention Apple for David. David bought this with this return to value here at 145.75. It's 150.79. It's up 1.13% today. And David is up 3.36% on the trade. So congratulations, my friend. Glad to see that. All right. Give me 1 second real quick. Be right back. Okie dokie smoky. Here we go. Wes is here. Nice to see you, Wes. Wes wants to look at AWR, American States Water Company. Well, we rallied strongly up here. The third ATR channel failed, came back in the value zone. We bounced in the value zone up today, well off of its highs. I don't see a clear entry here, Wes, at least the way that I trade. Looks like there was some selling that came in at the top. So let's look at the weekly for you. Weekly's pretty high up here, getting close to the third ATR channel. That's a real stretch on the weekly. Yeah, I don't see anything there that really gets my attention on this particular trade. All right, let's take a look. All right, Amazon is positive. Very likely I will add a second half of my position because I bought a half a position at 32.94, right about where it's at. But technically today, this looks much better than even that entry because we went under 30, over 30, and we had a strong intraday rejection of the 200 and also the negative third ATR channel. So that's a nice confluence of signals there with a good risk to reward ratio. So I do quite like that. And give me 1 second. So very likely I will be adding another half to Amazon. AN, wow, big return to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, bullish engulfing bar, V1, all very good. But at this point, with this being this extended, it does not make sense from a risk to reward ratio for me. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly's a little too high up there, getting close to the third ATR channel. So from a risk to reward ratio, I still like Amazon much, much better. STZ does have a close back above the 200-day moving average. Let me see, I wrote some notes here. Yeah, and I could not backtest STZ, so I don't know if that's a good backtested approach with a close over the 200. So I believe I will let that one go as well. AYX, well, we did not have a double bottom. Very, very close. We have a nice V1 here. I don't like the resistance of the 10 and the -1 ATR channel above. We can look at the weekly. Nothing really special on the weekly, so I don't see anything on AYX. FDX is FedEx. We have a close above the 200-day moving average. This does backtest well with the close under, close back over the 200-day moving average. So I will keep that one as a potential. BWA, false breakout to the downside, very close to a V1 as well, and an intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average. Let's backtest that one, see if that backtest, what was that? Sorry. BWA. And that one is not available for me to backtest either. All right. AAP. Looks like we have a 520 crossover going on. Let's see AAP if I can backtest that one. Not sure. Seems like I tried this before. No. Pulls up Apple, so AAP. No. So it does have a 520 crossover. It has a higher low V1. It has a bullish engulfing bar. It went under 50, over 50. A lot of good things going on there. Closed back above the -1 ATR channel, which that is positive as well. So that one definitely would be a consideration. Budweiser. I've been looking at Budweiser for a long, long time, and we have just gone down, 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 down. We have rallied a little bit now. Earlier in the day, we had a V1 and a under 30, over 30. So I will watch that one. We'll watch that one and see what happens. MasterCard had a bounce near the 200-day moving average. Probably a little stretch for me to buy at this point, though. Facebook was red, red, red. Now it is green, green, green. False breakout to the, nope, not quite. Made a lower high. We didn't wash out the low. Very strong today. Rejection of the 1 ATR channel. And a V1, but I don't think I would buy it this close to the 1 ATR channel. EA retested the 200-day moving average. I don't like this one because of the big, big, big down bar. You know, about halfway to that big down bar is probably where it's going to find some resistance. It's only $1 away, so I'm going to get rid of EA. CGC. Let's take a look and see if this one under 30, over 30. Yeah, it does look like it went under 30. Looks like, let me measure that one more time. 29.92. We do have a double bottom with the bullish divergence, meaning that we have a low with deep red MACD bars indicating downward momentum. We rallied into some green. which we need to do for this setup to be valid. We've come back down. We've gone lower than this previous low. No green or no red to be found. So this is a valid entry as well. This is the double bottom with the bullish divergence with an under 30, over 30. Let's peek over at the weekly. I don't really see anything I love on the weekly, but we'll keep that one as a potential. CNK is Cinemark Holdings. Nice false breakout to the downside and a V1 back in the value zone. Did we go under 30 here? Not sure. 32.10. So it is a false breakout to the downside, and it is a V1, and it is back in the value zone. So that definitely comes back in. Earlier in the day, none of these look good, but now we're a little different. Here's Beyond Meat, double bottom, bullish divergent. Again, big down move, deep red, rallied to green, came back, tested the low, bounced off it. There's no red MACD. This is a double bottom with a bullish divergence. Let's see if it went under 30 and over 30. No, it did not. So I don't see a valid trigger there. And then DBI, well, this closed above the 1 ATR channel. So therefore it has to come in the value zone, move sideways, then have a V1, V2. So I don't really see anything there. All right, so Amazon, under 30, over 30, looks like a V1, false breakout to the downside, close back over the 200-day moving average. This one makes a lot of sense for me because of the risk to reward and the caliber of the company of Amazon. FedEx, I like it, but it's coming from a lower low. We were lower, then we closed above. Very often these lower low moves back above the 200 will come back. I'd rather get a higher low close back above the 200, so I'm going to pass on that. BWA is okay with a false breakout to the downside, intraday rejection of the 200-day. It is down on the day. I think I'd rather pick something that was up on the day. Budweiser, you know, if we can trigger a V1, let's see, the close is 61.97, so we are very close to yesterday's close. 61.97, so I'll watch that one. FedEx was the lower high close, lower low close back above the 200, so I think I'm going to pass on that. CGC, double bottom, bullish divergence. Like I said, I don't really love the weekly. And then CNK, let's take a look at the weekly on CNK. Bounced at the negative 30 ATR channel. So my favorite here today, right now, is Amazon and CNK. Those are going to be, let's see, so Amazon. Oh, I already have Amazon. Oh, well, Amazon and CNK. Yeah. Did I not look at the right one there? Wes, ARW. Oh, okay. I got you, Wes. Yeah, I mean, it's a higher low V1. Here's day one. Here's day two. Two washes out one. Closing above day one's close. Is above the 50 RSI. 252,000 shares. Not a lot of shares traded. Oh, that's on the weekly. Sorry. Well, weekly is a V1 as well, which is a confluence of signals. False breakouts to the downside. V1 here on the daily. So on the daily, on the weekly, we both have V1s. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. If I was going to take this trade, My stop would be right here, halfway of today's washout bar. From here to here, theoretical risk. How far can we go up here? I guess you could think that you could go up to the high here. Would it give you a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio? Maybe, but the premise is flawed for me because we don't have any sideways motion. But it is a V1. It is a false breakout to the downside. And cherry on top, weekly also has a V1, which is good as well. Steve says, MasterCard, big bounce near the 200-day moving average. Yep, we looked at that one a little while ago. Frank said, from Kamal Scanner, pins and shop. Pins. Well, we would need an over 30 RSI to be a valid signal. It's still under the 30 RSI. Let's look at shop. I don't really see anything here on shop that interests me. Down on the day, rejected the 50-day moving average. This would be more of a short to me than it would be a long, Dave. Frank says, interestingly, this morning I heard alcohol consumption in some segments has increased over 300% in the last year. That does not surprise me. Lilia is here. Hi, Lilia. Good to see you, my friend. Haven't chatted with you for a while. Hope you and the dogs and the bunnies doing well, and you had a nice vacation. Lilia says, hi, Greg and group. Good to see you, Lilia. Ava wants to look at Orly, O-R-L-Y. Well, it's a false breakout to the downside. It is technically a V1, Ava, but there's not much of a washout. Today's did not wash out Friday's low very well. We have a 520 crossover, which is good. That never hurts. I mean, this one's not bad. Looks like it went under 50, over 50. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly is a little high at the second ATR channel. We had that big down bar. We're stuck about halfway. That's one thing that sticks out at me right away. But you do have the 520 crossover, you have the false breakout, and you do have the subpar V1 and bullish engulfing bar. So not bad. Miko says, Netflix. Close above the 200-day moving average, at least at the moment, gives a pretty good risk to reward ratio. We just had the golden cross, which means the 50 SMA crossed over the 200 SMA. So that's not a bad thing either. Let's look at the weekly. Moving sideways on the weekly, very likely this is going to bust out strongly one way or the other. We just don't know what direction. We don't know when it's going to happen, but that is a good risk to reward ratio. Glenn says Amazon is up 40% in August and 0% of the time in September. Ooh. C&K is up 40% in August and 75% in September over the last few years. Interesting. So Amazon is up 40% of the time in August, but 0% of the time in September. C&K is up 40% in August and 75% in September over the last few years. So that is definitely interesting. Looking at the two here, again, on C&K, we have a double bottom with the bullish divergence. We have a false breakout to the downside. We have a V1. I'd like it best if we could close over the -1 ATR channel. Over on the weekly, we're bouncing off the -3rd ATR channel. So that all looks pretty good. Let's go intraday and see what's happening. A little bit of a pullback. Let's take a look at the 5-minute. It's pulled back into the value zone, so it's not that bad of a place to buy, but of course I'm going to wait till the end of the day. And as long as Amazon closes above that 200-day moving average, I will add half to Amazon, and have not quite decided what I want to do with C&K yet. Tracy said, one of the breweries here started making hand sanitizer because they weren't selling as much alcohol when the virus hit and everything was shut down. I heard about that. Waterbender says, regarding pins, I noticed on FinViz Friday there was a high amount of insider selling. Do you factor that in with your technical analysis? I really don't, Waterbender. I just go from the technicals. I just trade what the chart is telling me. Tom is here. Hey, Tom, good to see you, buddy. Looking forward to starting our lessons on Wednesday. Tom says, hi, Greg. Sorry, can you elaborate once more on FDX? Not understanding what you meant by the lower low invalidation. Yes. And I don't want to confuse you because it is a close under and back over the 200-day moving average. It is valid. It could just take off and off to the races. But you see how this low here, Tom, is lower than this low. We've come from a lower low and then close back above the 200-day moving average. Those are legitimate. They are legitimate. But in my experience, I like, if we were to come down and lose the 200 tomorrow, and then the next day we go back above, we would have a higher low. This would be, the low here would be higher than this low, and a higher low closes back above the 200-day moving average make a lot more sense to me than lower lows. But this is lower than this low, right? This is lower than this low. So we've come from a lower low, close back above the 200-day moving average. If we were to go back down and then go back up, and the low before we close back above the 200 was higher than this low, then it's a higher low close back above the 200. And I like those much, much better, because the people that bought here, they've had some nice profit in this trade. And if it starts moving sideways, if it starts getting weak, the people that bought here will probably sell. That will cause it to go back down. If we can get a new group of buyers here, then it can move up easily, because these people that bought sold into that downtrend. So we'll go through all this in the lessons, but suffice it to say, this comes from a low. This is a lower low than here. Therefore, I don't like the close back above the 200 as much. Glenn says, sports fact, most NASCAR teams using nitrogen in their tires instead of air. This allows the tire to have much more consistent rate of expansion and contraction compared to air. I had no idea that was even a thing. Thank you, Glenn. Tom says, I get it. Thanks. Yep, we'll be spending a lot of time with this in our lessons. Steve says, insiders can be selling for many different reasons, like they need some cash or their lockup period is over, but insiders only buy because they believe the stock is going higher. That's right. There's a lot of reasons to sell, but buying, the only really reason to buy is that they feel like the stock is going higher. All right, so here is Amazon. Let's go back up here. Here is Amazon, negative on the day, but still above the 200-day moving average. And CNK, which has come back, looks like it's right now it's lost the -1 ATR channel, so now it's resistance above it. I'm keying in on Amazon here. I already have it. I have a half position, but with this secondary and better trigger, I'm going to add the other half so I have a full position. But again, this is an under 30, over 30, under the 200, over the 200, under the negative third, over the negative third, and very close to a V1. Good risk to reward ratio. So it makes a lot of sense. Over on the weekly, it has rejected the 50-week moving average. I like that. That all makes a lot of sense to me. Look at this reversal on the Qs. Unbelievable. But we're getting right back into resistance, though. Keep that in mind. Let me do this over here. All right. 32.94.16. All right, so we have about 9 minutes to go, everyone. Spy making a high on the day. Is Apple making an all-time high? Wow. Big, huge day up on Apple. I mean, look at the plunge that we had earlier in the day, everyone. It's just insane. Look, we gapped up, way down, way back up, one-way train. Not even a pullback hardly on this rally. I wish I would have bought this off of the 200 right here. That would have been a fantastic one, but I didn't. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead, add my second half to Apple to Amazon right now. $32.96.45. All right. Okie dokie. Okay. So I already did buy my Amazon, just waiting for my overnight SPY trade. All right, Amazon making a new high on the day. Good for Amazon. We have about 5 minutes to go. Fun fact, Mercury is actually the second hottest planet. Venus experiences higher temperatures. Well, there you go. Amazon bounced intraday off the negative third lower ATR channel. Yep, it certainly did. 4 minutes. Okay, so we have 3 minutes to go. VIX making a low on the day. Apple making a high on the day. All right, we have 2 minutes to go. All right, so I already bought Amazon. One minute to go, everyone. All right, there we go. All right, so let's see. I bought SPY at 446.97. I bought the other half of Amazon at 32.98.11. All right, so Amazon 38, 32, 89, 11. So now I'm just going to take that off there. It's right about the same price. So I'll take the half off. I'm up to a fully. And then on SPY, overnight SPY trade was 446.97 for tomorrow's overnight SPY trade. All right, so listen, if my students have any new entries or exits for me today that they would like me to update on the board, If you could please go ahead, put it in the live stream now in the chat. I will get to it in just a minute and we'll get them all updated. First, want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I think I do a really good job of it. I know I teach a really good course in which I teach you all 5 of my different trading approaches. I teach you step by step, just you and I, as long as it takes. I want you to become a better trader. And the course that I teach is a total of 15 hours, 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours for a total of 15 hours. And if you take this course, I know you're going to be a better trader. And I think one of the best ways to learn anything is to do it one-on-one with your teacher. And I've taught people from all over the world, had some really great successes with some of my students. And I hope the next one is going to be you. So if you're interested in taking my course, just send me an email. The email's in the description of this video. Just say, Greg, I'm interested in potentially taking your course. We'll set up a Skype call. Skype call's free. Just want to talk to you, learn more about you and your trading, your challenges and your goals. It's a good time for you to ask me any specific questions about the course. And after we're done with the call, think about it as long as you want. And if you decide one day, hey, today's the day, email me. We'll get the course scheduled and we will start and you will become a better trader. Secondly, I do have a really good online course available on udemy.com. It is called the Deep Dip by Stock Trading Strategy. It's a great course. It's very affordable. It's like $12 or $15. And but don't let the price fool you. 9.5 hours of video, 26 videos total, 15 study guides, and I teach you step by step how to use the Deep Dip by Stock Trading Strategy. Lastly, if you like today's podcast, I really would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It helps to build the channel, keep the channel around, lets YouTube know there's some valuable content here. So if you have already hit it today, thank you so much. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. If you haven't, if you could, it just takes a second, and if you found value in it, and it would help out the channel before you get on with your day. All right, let's see who is doing what today. All right. Okay, Steve exited Fiverr. Okay, anyone else in this? No, just Steve. All right, so we'll take Steve off of Fiverr. I exited IWM. Steve exited IWM. Alrighty. Steve exited BYD. I still have Dynamic Duo in that. DOP says IP thoughts. International paper. Well, it's a nice false breakout to the downside and a V1. Here's day. Yes, Friday was day 1 today. We went below and above. It has that downward sloping 50 SMA there, which is a little concerning, and it's a little high for me based upon where it is. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly's nice in the value zone. I do like where it's located on the weekly, but on the daily, I'm a little concerned about that 50-day moving average, and I don't usually buy high or low V1s or V2s above the 1 ATR channel. The 1 ATR channel is the green. Frank says, no new trades. AI triggered my stop. All right. Yeah, I imagine that did. Steve says, looks like the stock market is slowly breaking down into distribution cycle on many individual stocks, the stealthy lack of breadth in indexes. So Steve is talking about the smaller stocks breaking down, the large cap stocks and the indexes still stealthily going up. So it looks like the markets are doing well, but what Steve is pointing out is that the smaller stocks are not keeping up, and there's distribution on those. Steve says many stocks down 30 to 50% from their highs with indexes near all-time high. Yeah. Kamal is out of BABA. Lemonade, I already got you out of those. Kamal is back in Lemonade, however. LMND at 71.90. Looks like a rejection of the 30 RSI. 7190. And that's Kamal. And Uber. $41.45. Okay, Kamal, got you in those, bud. Tracy is at his BYD. Okay. In SSRM. SSRM. All right, Trace with the 520 crossover. That's the dynamic duo. And CNK. All right, so that's Cinemark Holdings. Okay, good luck on that. And that's the dynamic duo as well. All right, Michael Martin, out of everything but Amazon and ATVI. Oh, do I have you in ATVI? ATVI. Oh, duh. We have ATVI. All right. Right over here. All right. I'll scooch that back over there. Kamal says, I went to all cash in the morning, back to risk on with the SPYV1. Okay. Waterbender says, stopped out of Bark. Let's look at Bark. The original Bark company. Oh, boy. Waterbender, so sorry. I don't know what happened there. Was that earnings or something? Oh, man. That's no good. That is no good. Let's see what's happening after hours. Apple is up. SPY is down. VIX is up a little bit. So nothing too crazy. All right. All right. Well, listen, always like to leave off with this. I love this. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. This is by Martin Kornfeld, and it's a good saying, everyone. Just one nice thing do for another human being today. One nice thing for an animal would make the world a better place. How you doing, Bruce? Dr. Jorgensen just walked in. We have a special guest today. We're going on a big hike today after the podcast. How you doing, buddy? Okay, good. But yeah, if we can all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. So, let's go out, do that, make that part of our routine. And what could it hurt? Maybe one day someone will help you if you are in the position to need help. So, like to read that at the end of the day, and let's see what else we have. I think that's it. All right. If anyone has any other questions, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them for you. Otherwise, I'll put on my hiking boots, and Bruce and I will get up on the mountain, huh? Yeah. Hopefully. All right. Paxton says, thank you, Greg, and everyone. Thank you, Packy. Ava says, having an order to buy a half orally after hours. Okay, well, Ava, you can just let me know, and I'll get it updated. All right. Well, listen, thanks for coming, everyone. Have a good rest of your day. Go out and do something nice. Drive safe. Be good. All that kind of stuff. And Kamal says, I'm not sure you got me into match. No, I did not. MTCH. Well, I had you in match. Is that today, Kamal? 134. Seems like it was today. 134.30. $134.30. Kamal, okay. And hey, Kamal, I'm going to call you on my hike. I want to talk to you about something for this evening. And Jonathan got into ZTS. All right. On Friday. Oh, nice. Very nice trade there, Jonathan. So that was a 520 crossover. So we'll put you on there. Okie doke, we got that. Frank, a look at bonds. Well, bit of a reversal bar today. Opened higher but closed lower. Rejected the 250-day moving average. Still up on the day, but bond prices have been going up, which makes interest rates go down, obviously. But that's a bit of a bearish bar, in my opinion, Frank. Kamal says yes, match today. All right, everyone. Well, listen, thanks for coming. And if you could hit the thumbs up button before you get out of here, I would really appreciate that if you haven't. And if you have, thank you so much. And just enjoy the rest of your day. I will take some pictures today from the top, and I'll show you tomorrow. And should be a good hike, huh, Bruce?
Hopefully.
All right. He's a little lukewarm on this hike now. All right. Well, thanks for coming, everybody. Have a good rest of your day, and we will see you hopefully tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such